and always a business. If it's run like a business, it can be done profitably.
Yes, education is first, last, and always a business. Take the L off the word learning, and what do you got? Earning. Take the E off it, what do you got then? Arning. Yeah, sure, that's not a word, but it could be in one of our English classes. Action. Just like in business, bad schools close. But there's a f***ing problem there, as one former charter school employee explains.
This isn't just a regular business. This isn't a restaurant that you just open up, you serve your food, people don't like it, you close it, and you move on. This is education. This is students are getting left in the middle of the year without a school to go to. So I just think that there needs to be some filter as to who's opening up these charter schools.
Exactly. The problem with letting the free market decide when it comes to kids is that kids change faster than the market. And by the time it's obvious a school is failing, futures may have been ruined. So if we are going to treat charter schools like pizza shops, we should monitor them at least as well as we do pizzerias. It's like the old saying, give a kid a shitty pizza, you f*** up their day. Treat a kid like a shitty pizza, you could f*** up their entire life.
No dark sarcasm in the classroom.
So, first of all, I believe, as someone with very strong free market beliefs, that there is a case for taxpayers to fund education, and the reasons are that, you imagine that you hadn't been born yet, you didn't know what sort of parents you were going to have, you didn't know what sort of academic abilities you were going to have. You would probably want to buy into an insurance scheme that made sure you got funding for your education. Now, of course, unborn people can't buy insurance, but what we essentially say is, for 5% of your earned income through your life, you will get a state-funded education. Where we need to improve is the way that education is provided. So the state can be the funder, but it needn't necessarily be the provider of education.
In the classroom.
Because I firmly believe that New Zealand faces some big problems, but the only way we're going to overcome them is when we find ways for each person to flourish the way that they would like to flourish. That's what charter schools are about. It's a shame that they were shut down for political reasons when they were actually, starting to look pretty good 6 years ago. However, they now get the opportunity to start again, and I'm just, really excited about what this can do for our country, but specifically for the flourishing of those children.
And some of those examples you gave, it will help them, but there's also some other examples, like Brian Tamaki was tweeting about this at the weekend, and he retweeted a clip from you from 2018 when you were outside the front of Parliament. I just want to play it to you.
Previous government, I was responsible for charter schools because those schools have made a difference in so many kids' lives. You applied for your excellent independent school in South Auckland to become a charter school. And we said no because the authorities, because the establishment against that was too strong. And I want to say to you today, I'm sorry for that decision. That was wrong. Destiny should have had a charter school, and I want to take this opportunity to tell you that.
So do you still stand by that?
Yeah, I think actually the decision on that particular application was wrong. I visited the school that they were operating, and despite everything that I think about Destiny, they did actually have a small school that they were operating that was working for certain students.
What school cares enough about my child to involve me in the process?
What school makes me confident enough to
unleash my full potential? My future is shaped by my education. What direction will you take me in?
Richard Allen chain of schools in Ohio, whose president was a woman called Jeanette Harris. They were overseen by Kids Count, a non-profit founded by Jeanette Harris, which oversaw the schools as they spent $1 million tax dollars on management and consulting firms founded by, wait for it, Jeanette f***ing Harris. Now, Harris denies a conflict of interest because she claims she wasn't directly involved in decision-making, and maybe the schools just chose Kids Count because it had a proven track record of great oversight. So let's just check in on one of the other schools they oversaw.
A local charter school padded its attendance records, resulting in more than $1 million in extra money.
State auditors interviewed students and staff. Their findings show that on any given day, there would only be about 30 students in the building, a fraction of the reported 459 enrolled there.
Because 30 kids showed up and the school claims they had 450, which doesn't speak well of an oversight group calling itself Kids Count. Now, Ohio has passed a new law to try and clean up some of the problems you've seen, but serious damage has already been done. And incredibly, there is one more way that charter schools around the country have been allowed to run wild, because we haven't even mentioned online charters yet.